Welcome to the Indie Film Hustle Podcast, episode number 269. All things come to those who wait. Mary Curie.
Broadcasting from the back alley in Hollywood, it's the Indie Film Hustle Podcast, where we show you how to survive and thrive as an indie filmmaker in the jungles of the film biz. And here's your host, Alex Ferrari.
Welcome, my Indie Film Hustlers, to an exciting episode of the Indie Film Hustle Podcast. I am your humble host, Alex Ferrari. Today's show is sponsored by Blackbox. Blackbox is a new platform and community that is all about financial freedom for filmmakers like you. If you join Blackbox, you will be transformed from being a worker to being a maker of your own content. And you'll be making steady passive income from the global market. Blackbox currently allows you to upload your stock footage once, get it to many global agencies, and then allows you to share that passive income stream with your collaborators. Whether you want to submit old footage that's been sitting around in your hard drives or create brand new content, Blackbox is for you. It's really quite revolutionary. With Blackbox, filmmakers can concentrate on making great content while Blackbox takes care of all the business BS. Just visit www.blackbox.global to find out more. So guys, today on the show, I have exciting news about the thing that I've been working on for months. It is called IFHTV, Indie Film Hustle TV. And I wanted to thank you guys for your patience because you guys have been hounding me on email and through messages on what the hell I've been working on. And this is one of the three big things I've been working on, but this is by far one of the biggest of the three. Now, you might be asking yourselves, though, what the hell is IFHTV, Alex? Isn't that like your YouTube channel or something? It is not. I've always wanted to have a place where filmmakers could kind of go learn, be inspired, learn how to be an artist, be a successful artist, learn business, learn marketing, watch and geek out on movies about the business, all sorts of things like that. And I've never found a place like that. But so I decided to create the world's first streaming service dedicated to filmmakers, screenwriters, and content creators. Imagine a Netflix for the indie film hustle and bulletproof screenplay tribes. And that's what you have with IFHTV. I've been working feverishly trying to build an entire streaming platform with my team for months now, and it has not been easy. We've been not only creating new content for that platform, but a lot of you might think, well, isn't this kind of like what you were doing with Master Circle with your membership site? And I'm like, it is nothing like what we were doing with our membership site. And I'm going to talk about the Master Circle in a minute, but a lot of the content that is on the Master Circle will be included on IFHTV. And there's a slight bit difference. I went out and started licensing shows, features, documentaries, series, all dedicated to the craft of filmmaking, screenwriting, and content creating. So just on screenwriting alone, we have probably a few hundred videos, lessons, things like that. But the categories that we have so far, and it's still continuing to grow, are screenwriting, cinematography, documentary filmmaking, directing, series, feature films that are about the film industry, about acting, about screenwriting, about storytelling, film production, post-production, my entire interview series that I do from Sundance, film distribution. Of course, we'll have a few shorts with all of how we did it, archive of the podcast, social media marketing, a content creator section where there'll be movies just dedicated to content creators, crowdfunding, pre-production, film history, acting, and one of my favorite carousels in the entire platform, inspirational, which will be movies that will hopefully inspire you to be better artists, better human beings that will hopefully translate into you making better art for people. So let's go over what we're going to be launching with category by category so you guys get a little taste of what we're going to be bringing you on IFHTV. In the cinematography world, we're going to have a documentary called Light and Shadow, which is amazing. The legendary Kodak Cinematography Masterclass, the entire set I was able to license, which will go over how they lit Dances with Wolves, Dead Poets Society, how you shoot for drama, for fantasy, for black and white, for location lighting, and for even studio lighting as well. All taught by ASC DPs, legends in the world of cinematography. We also partnered up with Zacuto Films and all of their insane content dedicated to cinematography, cameras, deep interviews with ASC cinematographers, and series as well. Now, for all you screenwriters out there, you are going to be in for a treat because I have a treasure trove of just amazing content that's going to be on IFHTV. Just at the launch, we have the entire The Dialogue show, which interviews some of the biggest screenwriters in Hollywood. There'll be eventually 4 or 5 seasons of it, and a total of like 27 episodes of an hour, hour and a half each, talking with screenwriters like Jim Uhls, friend of the show, a writer of Fight Club, David Goyer, the writer of The Dark Knight, Paul Haggis, the Academy Award-winning writer and director of Crash, as well as the writer of $1 Million Baby and Casino Royale, just to name a few. Jonathan Heinsley, who is the writer of Armageddon, The Rock, all of those, Jerry Bruckheimer's big event films, and a ton more, guys. We also have interviews with Joe Esterhaus, the legendary writer of Basic Instinct, as well as The Art of Screenwriting and Adaptation, taught by Eric Roth, Robert Jacobs, and Phil Allen Robinson. We have a whole series by the legendary Linda Seeger in regards to the craft of screenwriting. We also have an amazing documentary called Dreams on Spec, which follows screenwriters who are trying to make it in the business while interviewing some of the biggest screenwriters in Hollywood. We have The Science of Storytelling from Zacuto, and a ton more. On the directing side, we have Director's Life Behind the Camera, which interviews, we have probably about 4.5 hours of interviews with Martin Scorsese, James Cameron, Steven Spielberg, every big director of the current age in this series, which I bought years ago, and now we have the license to show you now. We also have a whole series on how to make money as a filmmaker, film school or no film school, how to run a successful production company, and a ton more stuff in that area as well. And one thing that's going to be really unique is we're going to have documentaries about the filmmaking process, the screenwriting process, as well as content creation. And not only documentaries, but actually narrative feature films that are all about the business. I wanted a place where a film geek could go and just immerse themselves in filmmaking, in screenwriting, in storytelling. I would have killed for stuff like this. I was hunting for stuff like this on Laserdiscs and on DVDs back in the day and on VHS back in the day even, looking for these behind the scenes of how to get in. And I have large plans for the platform, and I really am going after some big fish, if you will, to get more and more content in addition to original content from IFHTV, which will be my films, my courses that I'm going to be creating, and I'm going to be creating a lot more of those courses coming up because we have now just built out an entire studio dedicated to creating brand new content for IFHTV. So get ready to see a ton more stuff coming out from Indie Film Hustle. And of course, for those of you who've not seen it, This Is Meg will finally be available on IFHTV. And we will have commentary tracks, not only from myself, but we're also going to get the cast. We're going to get Jill to come in. We're going to do some behind the scenes of how we made it. I'm going to talk about a lot of that stuff. And eventually on the Corner of Ego and Desire, we'll also be making a debut here on IFHTV so you guys can watch it here as well. And of course, how we made it and all sorts of other stuff that we're doing. Oh, and by the way, this is going to be just like Netflix in the way that we will be available on Apple TV, on Roku, on Fire TV, on Google Apps, in the iPhone App Store, as well as for your iPad, your mobile devices, and of course, online in the website. And of course, IFHTV will be worldwide. It will be available in any and every country that has access to the App Store, to the Android store, all of those areas. as well as, like I said, the other platforms, but it will be available internationally. Now, I know there's a lot of you out there who are part of the Master Circle and would like to know what's going to happen to the Master Circle. And what I wanted to do is create a better experience for you guys. So everybody who is in IFH's Master Circle membership site will get a special offer for IFHTV, which I will be emailing you guys all directly and individually in the coming weeks. So don't worry, because you guys were part of the membership site, you will be getting a beautiful deal on IFHTV. I promise you that. Now, as far as the future of the Master Circle, we will not be supporting it anymore because I'm going to be putting all my energy into IFHTV, which I think will be better for everybody involved. We're taking this up a notch, guys. We are definitely pushing the hustle hard on this new platform. And honestly, I think this is just an evolution of what I've been doing with Indie Film Hustle and just trying to create more content and try to reach more and more people with what I'm doing here at Indie Film Hustle. And I think this is just a natural extension of it. And I think it's the future of where we're going to go as a platform. But don't worry, podcasts are still coming. All the content that you can expect that from Indie Film Hustle will still keep coming as well. This is just going to be an extension of the world. So you will also be able to download apps for all of this. So you will have access to Indie Film Hustle content, not just IFHTV, but you'll have direct links to the podcast and the blog easily on an app that you can download for free on the App Store. So I know what you guys are thinking right now. You're thinking, oh my God, this is just so much amazing content. We have probably over 600 to 800, I think, almost closing in on 1,000 pieces of video content on the platform. And it will be growing and growing more every month. But I wanted to create not only this entire platform, but I wanted it to be affordable for filmmakers, to make it so much value, so much content that there could not be any arguments about it. So we're going to launch November 1st, and the price will be $10.99 for 90 days. And I'm going to be extremely strict with the 90-day rule. At the end of January, it will go up to $13.99. So I give you guys all plenty of time to jump in early. And if you come in at $10.99, you will stay at $10.99. You are grandfathered in for as long as you stay on the platform. And you will also have options to get a year pass, which will give you a free month of content. So you'll be paying for 11 months as opposed to 12 and getting a full year. So I will release the URL for this new platform in a few weeks. We're still building it out. We're still finishing it up, uploading content, getting things ready for you guys. I'm so excited. I can't even tell you how excited I am to launch this. This is probably the biggest thing I've done with Indie Film Hustle since I launched Indie Film Hustle. I am so excited to be bringing you guys this insane platform that I really am building straight from the heart. And I want this to be of an immense amount of value to you guys on your journey and be a continuing value on your journey. So as we grow as a platform, you keep learning, you keep growing as well. And honestly, guys, I couldn't do this without you, without the tribe, without all of these amazing messages I get and all these stories I hear of what the work I'm doing at IFH is doing and helping you guys on your journeys as storytellers, as filmmakers, as screenwriters. You inspire me every day to do what I do. And I am so grateful and humbled and honored to be able to continue being of service on your path. And thank you so much for your support, guys, all of these years. We're only about 3 years old, a little bit over 3 years old at Indie Film Hustle. And this is a huge step. And I really hope that you guys love it and support it, because the more you guys support it, the more amazing content I can get for you guys. The more of you guys sign up, the more movies I'll be able to get, the more original content I'll be able to create, the more exclusive shows and filmmaking stuff. And I'm going to be going back into the depths of Hollywood and trying to make deals with some of the studios to get some of their amazing libraries of documentaries, feature films, classics on about filmmaking and films and just all sorts of cool stuff, guys. I'm so excited. I am so excited about this. And I really hope you guys are as excited as I am. So November 1st is when it will launch, and trust me, you will hear about it. So thank you guys for listening. Thank you for all your support. And don't forget, there are still 2 big announcements coming. Just huge announcements coming. This is probably the thing that's taken me the most time to do. But the other 2 announcements are game changers for you guys as well. So stay tuned for those. That's coming in the next few weeks as well. I love it, man. I love it. I love you guys. And thank you so much for everything. And as always, keep that hustle going. Keep that dream alive. And I'll talk to you soon.
Thanks for listening to the Indie Film Hustle podcast at indiefilmhustle.com. That's INDIEFILMHUSTLE.com.